Good evening. How are you this evening? This is the Hound Dog coming to you from Bob Cajun on the 7th of March. And the breaking news today, ladies and gentlemen, is Vault 7. I've just started to delve into the documents in Vault 11, but here we have a press release, and I can tell you that this is going to resound around the world. This is absolutely staggering information. Now, I mean, I know that we all knew that we were being spied on just about from every angle, but I don't think that we really didn't know the depth of this or the breadth of this. And so Wikileaks has come up with CIA hacking tools revealed. And I might add, over the years, there has never been one lawsuit against Wikileaks for printing false information. And Julian Assange is now walking around a free man because there are no charges which they could substantiate against him. Okay, so in my opinion, people like Julian Assange and Snowden there are they're heroes for releasing this information, because damn it, we need to know what is going on, and the spying that is going on is beyond any kind of rationale that I can think of. Okay, so let me just read a little bit about this so you can get an idea of the depth of this document and what is in these WikiLeaks. 8,600 pages, 8,600 documents and attachments have been released. Today, Tuesday, 7th of March 2017, WikiLeaks begins its new series of leaks on the US Central Intelligence Agency, codenamed Vault 7, by WikiLeaks. It is the largest ever publication of confidential documents on the agency. The first full part of the series, Year Zero, compromises 8,761 documents and files from an isolated, high-security network situated inside the CIA Center for Cyber Intelligence in Langley, Virginia. It follows an introductory disclosure last month of CIA targeting French political parties and candidates in the lead-up to the 2012 presidential election. Recently, the CIA lost control of the majority of its hacking arsenal, including malware, viruses, and Trojans. Lost control. Okay, so when you read on, just remember that this is now out there in the big wide world. These people created this stuff, deliberately created this stuff, and now it's gotten loose. Weaponized zero-day, which exploits malware remote control systems and associated documentation. Zero-day are weaknesses. They're backdoors into programs which are not known, and they can be used by hackers to enter and exit a program. This extraordinary collection, which amounts to more than several 100 million lines of code, gives its possessor the entire hacking capacity of the CIA. Let me just say that again. This extraordinary collection, which amounts to more than several 100 million lines of code, gives its possessor the entire hacking capacity of the CIA. And they just lost that. This is the most secret of secret services can't protect its own code. This archive appears to have been circulated among former US government hackers and contractors in an unauthorized manner, one of whom has provided WikiLeaks with portions of the archive. Year Zero introduces the scope and the direction of the CIA's global covert hacking program, its malware arsenal, and dozens of zero-day weaponized exploits against a wide range of US and European company products, including Apple iPhones, Google's Android, and Microsoft Windows, and even Samsung's TVs, which are turned into covert microphones. Since 2001, the CIA has gained political and budgetary preeminence over the US National Security Agency, NSA. The CIA found itself building not just its own now infamous drone fleet, but the very different types of covert globe-spanning force, its own substantial fleet of hackers. The agency's hacking division freed it from having to disclose its often controversial operations to the NSA, its primary bureaucratic rival, in order to draw on the NSA's hacking capabilities. By the end of 2016, the CIA's hacking division, which formerly falls under the agency's Center for Cyber Intelligence, had over 5,000 registered users and had produced more than 1,000 hacking systems, Trojans, viruses, and other weaponized malware. Such is the scale of the CIA's undertaking that by 2016, its hackers had utilized more code than used to run Facebook. The CIA had created, in effect, its own NSA, with even less accountability and without publicly answering the question as to whether such a massive budgetary spend on duplicating the capacities of a rival agency could be justified. In a statement to Wikileaks, the source details policy questions that they say urgently need to be debated in public, and I agree with that. Including whether the CIA's hacking capabilities exceeded its mandated powers and the problem of public oversight of the agency. The source wishes to initiate a public debate about the security, creation, use, proliferation, and democratic control of cyber weapons. Once a single cyber weapon is loosed, it can be spread around the world in seconds to be used by rival states, cyber mafia, and teenage hackers alike. Julian Assange, Wikileaks editor, stated that there is an extreme proliferation risk in the development of cyber weapons. Comparisons can be drawn between the uncontrolled proliferation of such weapons which resulted from the inability to contain them combined with their high market value and the global arms trade. But the significance of year zero goes well beyond the choice between cyber war and cyberspace. The disclosure is also exceptional from a political, legal, and forensic perspective. Wikileaks has carefully reviewed the year zero disclosure and published substantive CIA documentation while avoiding the distribution of armed cyber weapons until a consensus emerges on the technical and political nature of the CIA's program and how such weapons should be analyzed, disarmed, and published. Now, this is of particular importance to Canadians. You may be wondering, well, CIA, what has this got to do with Canada? Well, I'd like to point out that Canada is part of what is called the Five Eyes program, and along with Britain, New Zealand, Australia, the USA, Canada, and who's the other one? South Africa? No, let me see. It's right here. It's right here. Okay, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, United Kingdom, and the United States. That's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's 5. And 3, 4. The Five Eyes program and the Five Eyes program include Australia, Canada, New Zealand, the United Kingdom, and the United States. Okay, so the United States has shared all that information with those other countries, so they have it. So Canada, under CSIS, may well be doing the same thing. I mean, you, like I say, you have no idea of the extent of the spying. This comes under analysis. CIA malware targets iPhone, Android, and smart TVs. CIA malware and hacking tools are built by the EDG Engineering Development Group, a software development group within the CCI, Center for Cyber Intelligence, a department belonging to the CIA's DDI, Directorate for Digital Innovation. The DDI is one of 5 major directorates of the CIA. The EDG is responsible for the development, testing and operation support of all backdoors, exploits, malicious payloads, trojans, viruses and any other kind of malware used by the CIA in its covert operations worldwide. The increasing sophistication of surveillance techniques has drawn comparisons with George Orwell's 1984, but Weeping Angel, developed by the CIA's Embedded Devices branch, which infests smart TVs, transforming them into covert microphones, is surely its most emblematic realization. The attack against Samsung smart TVs was developed in cooperation with the United Kingdom's MI5 and BTSS. After infestation, Weeping Angel places the target TV in a fake off mode so that the owner falsely believes the TV is off when it is on. In fake off mode, the TV operates as a bug, recording conversations in the room and sending them over the internet to a covert CIA server. And this goes for your computer monitor, your computer, your phone. There's one here. Okay, as of October 2014, the CIA was also looking at infecting the vehicle control system used by modern cars and trucks. The purpose of such control is not specified, but will permit the CIA to engage in nearly undetectable assassinations. CIA malware targets Windows, OS X, Linux routers. The CIA also runs a very substantial effort to infect and control Microsoft Windows users with its malware. This includes multiple locate and remote weaponized 0 days, air-gap jumping viruses such as Hammerdrill, which infects software distributed on CDs and DVDs, infected for removable media such as USBs. Systems goes in to hide data in images or in covert disk areas, Brutal Kangaroo, and to keep its malware infestations going. Many of these infestation efforts are pulled together by the CIA's Automated Implant branch, which has developed several attack mediums for automated infestation and control of CIA malware, such as Assassin and Medusa. The CIA has developed automated multi-platform malware attack and control systems covering Windows, Mac, OS X, Solaris, Linux and more, such as EDBs and Hive, the related cutthroat and swindle tools which are described in the examples section below. They hoarded vulnerabilities such as 0 days. US concert in Frankfurt is a covert CIA hacker base. The CIA dramatically increased proliferation risk because, of course, once it's out there and you can't put the genie back in the bottle. Evading forensics and antivirus. So this is absolutely incredible. There is also a system whereby they had stored the fingerprint of several foreign agencies around the world for their hacking and spying techniques. And so they could hack a system and leave a fingerprint that looked like it was another country. So let me ask you, when we've got to that point, what is the point of having all of this stuff? I mean, does it not just start becoming meaningless at some point? You know, when anybody, anywhere, because everyone's got this stuff now. Everyone has got this. It was let loose. The CIA lost track of it, and now it is worldwide in the hands of anybody who cares to use it. So what is the point if anybody can launch an attack from anywhere and make it look like it came from somewhere else? How could you ever believe anything that you ever read again? Does this play into Trump being hacked by the CIA and making it look like the Russians? And the CIA getting a FIFA permit to hack because it was connected with Russians hacking the DNC? You see, these are questions that we just can't tell anymore. And if Obama was connected to all of this, boy oh boy, you know, there is always already talk out there that by the end of the year there will be people in prison for this. Because this has broken so many statutes and laws and constitutional issues. And if Obama says that he didn't know, are you saying that the CIA is a rogue agency within the US government? And if you're going to take the you know, all of the praise for their successes, you can't just walk away when there's a problem like this and say, I didn't know. So Obama, this is your legacy here. I sure hope that you didn't. And I sure hope that the CIA is not hacking the French election right now, although I'm sure that they are. But to think that all of this, all of your private life, everything that you say to your partner, to your children, everything that your children say to each other when you are not around, when friends are over, whatever teenagers say in the privacy of the living room playing their Xbox, this is all being recorded. And I don't know if you remember, but I mentioned in a video previously of Article 41 that the FBI just got passed before Obama left office, and that would allow them to use these devices as legitimate evidence in court against you. So you imagine your television set is going to testify against you in court over whatever misdemeanor. I mean, you talk about the thought police. We're getting into thought police stuff here. And the fact that the government is crying and whining about the spending of money, okay, and to blow literally, not just in America, but in Canada too, hundreds of millions, probably billions of dollars, so that it can rival the NSA and both parties can spy on all of us. Tell me, out of all this money that's been spent, how many terrorists have been caught? How many human traffickers have been caught? All the things that you would expect an agency to do has not been done. You know, there was a guy with the exploding shoe who was caught after the effect, but he got on the plane. He was caught at Buffalo, I believe, when he landed. But I mean, you know, the damage could already have been done. They didn't stop 9/11, even though they had information. The Boston bombing, the Russians tried to warn the CIA, these two brothers that were in America, then that they were big trouble. CIA wouldn't listen. So we're paying for that, ladies and gentlemen. We are paying for these people to spy on us, the good guys. I mean, for goodness gracious, everyone I meet, day to day, customers that come in my store, like, I don't see any one of them as being a threat. Okay, where is the threat? That's what I want to know. Where is the threat? Where's the justification for all of this? Anyway, I'm going to leave the links below. Please like and subscribe, and please go to that link. Read this document just to get an outline of what these people were doing and have been and continue to do to the citizens of not only the US but of the Five Eyes as well. Okay, and then start prying into some of those WikiLeaks memorandums and postings, because this is going to be staggering. Trust me, this is going to be absolutely staggering. Anyway, this is Hound Dog Steve signing off. I hope you have a great evening, and we will talk soon. Oh, and please leave a comment. Leave a comment.